we're going to go through the East. We're going to go through the West. Before we do any of that, this first segment dedicated to this issue and this issue only. Who has a problem with Kevin Durant leaving Oklahoma City and going to Golden State?
For me, EJ, it's unfathomable. I can't believe that this happened. I got a chance to play in college with friends, and if I would have had that power when Grant came out and you were feeling all that to say, hey, Grant, let's play together, because I wanted to play with Grant. I've known him since I was a child, and so I don't understand it and I don't like it because that wasn't part of my era, but it is the new rule. And if it's a rule that allows you to do something, then I don't think you're soft for taking the new rule. But an MVP up 3-1, going on a team with another MVP would have been basketball blasphemy 10 years ago.
Michael Jordan, when he couldn't get past Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons, you would not have seen Michael say, well, if I can't beat that Detroit team, I may as well go play with Bill Laimbeer and Joe Dumars and Isaiah Thomas.
We would have welcomed him.
I'm glad you didn't say that.
I thought you were going to say no, Zeke. You can't let him. Oh, Zeke.
You killed my child.
Oh, Zeke, that hurt.
That you would. But, so when you see Kevin do this?
No, I'm on the real. It's like I probably wouldn't have gone and joined somebody else's team only because there was a family bond and a city bond. I think Kevin Durant had bonded with his city. I think he had bonded with his teammates. I don't know if he was bonded with management. And when I say that, it seems like something was amiss there. So what are his choices? Golden State or San Antonio if he wants to win a championship. And given the scenario, I think he picked Golden State. I'm excited that he's going to be in Golden State. I think it makes our league more interesting. I think dominance is good when you have super teams. Everybody wants to watch, and I think it's good.
So you think it's good if it limits the number of teams in your mind that are capable of winning the championship this year? Do you think that's good?
I didn't say they were going to win it, though.
Right. Yeah. I know, but you say it's good to have a super team.
Yeah, Ernie, because they have something to aim at. I think as a player, we all had guys in our neighborhood we wanted to be better than.
Yeah.
We all had teams that we wanted to be. Yeah. We always had something to aim at. Well, no, the aiming point is high with Golden State because they brought him in there. So that if I'm playing in that conference, I'm not saying, oh, we're not going to beat him. I'm thinking, oh, what do we got to do to beat him?
Exactly.
I mean, hey, maybe we got to play a different style of game. Maybe we got to get nasty. Maybe we got to rebound. There's a way to beat every single team. Now, do you have the talent to do it or not? I like having that aiming point for our league being really high.
Back to KD's decision.
Yes.
Smitty. And you've heard it's almost like it's turned into a referendum among NBA fans and talk show and everything else about Kevin Durant's competitive spirit or his leadership or his desire to say, we're this close to this team, now I want to do anything I can to beat this team. What is your take on, what does it reveal to you about Kevin Durant? And is there any issue in your mind with you, Smitty, on what he's done?
I look at it, and this is just my opinion, looking from the outside, him and Russ didn't have that bond that I can say. And I got to speak to and ask Kevin, Isaiah with Joe, and you with Larry. Because if you have a bond with that, when you're two great players, I think together, if you have that type of player, you never want to leave each other. It ain't about the city where you live. That bond, I don't think they had that bond because I could never see having two MVP-type caliber players saying, we can't get it done.
The first and foremost reason he left was why? To win a championship. It's the same reason that LeBron James left Cleveland.
That's right.
LeBron didn't leave because he didn't want to win a championship in Cleveland. He left because he didn't think he could. And if he didn't think he could, he knew who was going to get the blame. He played in the finals on teams that had no business being in the finals. But when they lost, when they got swept by San Antonio, it was his fault.
Yeah.
When the Magic beat them in the conference finals and he averaged 38, 9, and 9, it was his fault.
Everything's his fault. He's the greatest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But then, so what he had to do
Who was his
first.
sidekick, though?
Well, no, I'm not arguing that. But what I'm not saying. I'm saying it's the same reason. I'm not saying the circumstances different.
I'm saying
It's a lack
that
of faith in
There
him
you-
getting it done.
he didn't think. Listen, if you go up 3-1 and lose it, that tells me, you know what? You're right. Most guys would say, "Damn, we lost. We're up 3-1. We lost in 7. We can come back and win." I think in his mind, he said, "Damn, that was the best chance I think we're gonna ever have to win it here."
Yeah, I think he lost faith in the situation there. It wasn't just last season. It's a culmination of 9 years. 9 years you're there. You got a chance to get to the finals. You know, you look around, you see LeBron, you see San Antonio. They're the storylines, Golden State all season. I think it was, James Harden was a teammate, a great player. He leaves. Management, ownership doesn't make that decision to re-sign him. And so I just feel at the end of the day, there's a frustration.
I remember Michael Jordan talking about in his free agent year, there was serious talk about Michael Jordan leaving the Chicago Bulls to go play with his friend at that time, Patrick Ewing, in New York, because they were both represented by David Falk. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, so great play. In my opinion, great players in this league have always sought to move around, to be on great teams, and to create.
It was
never-
y'all, though,
Isaiah,
see.
we all-
It was
But we
y'all.
never
You
saw
went
that.
and got, or from what documentaries say, maybe you went and said, "I want to play with my boy."
They got
No,
Bill
no, no,
Walton.
no. But you said, but Bill Walton necessarily wasn't the best
ball
player
was
then.
done.
Zeke, you didn't go to Chicago. You went and got Mark Aguirre. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying I welcomed everybody on my team.
No, but
Now,
what
I
did you
wouldn't
do?
I wouldn't have left Detroit.
It's a different era. Like, they don't think the way the older
rules have changed.
superstars'
No,
mindsets.
the rules have changed.
Remember this, though. He had never been a free agent.
Right.
Because his last deal, he signed, remember, he announced it on Twitter before Twitter was really big. He just quietly, "Hey, I'm happy to be coming back." This is the first time he'd ever really been recruited. And I think we're not giving the
With
Warriors...
the management getting rid of Ibaka.
I don't think we're giving the Warriors enough credit either, though, for selling him on coming there.
good
Because
basketball.
they won 73. And he's also looking at it like, damn, that's the team we're going to always have to beat. Their best players are basically my age
They want
or
me. They're gonna
younger.
sacrifice
And
for
so, I think they have a collectively higher basketball IQ as a group, because they didn't overwhelm you physically. They overwhelmed a lot of teams mentally. And I just think that's selling. Like, we're not giving them a little bit of credit for selling.
The
you know what,
Pistons
I
would have
think-
traded Bill Laimbeer and Joe Dumars, and they wasn't on my team. I would have said to McHale and Bird, "Hey, can I come join y'all squad?"
Yeah.
And you look at OKC, they've lost a lot.
Yeah.
I agree, but you know what, though? I think winning there, LeBron didn't win in Cleveland, okay? But he did win in Miami, and he came back and won a championship for Cleveland. KD never won it in OKC, so you always wonder, can I win it here? You got to win one. If you win one early in your career, whatever, you think, oh, man, I can win it here. I mean, this is my group. This is my team. I had that in Boston where this was our group, man. We're going to stay there and fight it out come hell or high water. Never thought about leaving. But I think in his mind, he had lost faith in the fact that they were going to win there. And he said, okay, being older and out of the league now, as we all are, you look at your career, I mean, it goes by fast, man. And all of a sudden, he's got to wake up in the morning and say, this is my 9th year. Whoa. I mean, look, there's something about sucking it up and staying there and, falling on the sword for,
But you're right
for
about
your
that
team
freedom,
and everything
though.
else. But I think he looked at it and said, man, how many more years do I really have? And I don't think I can get it done here because he hadn't got it done in OKC.